So here are some ideas about why anyone would want to go through Cincinnati Yoga School to get some kind of medical attention in another country. You may have heard the term medical tourism, and it's a great idea if you know what you're doing, and if you don't, you could go online and you could read some disaster stories too. I can first tell you my own experience is I needed a knee surgery. I tore the meniscus in my knee, and the cheapest price I found in America when the estimates were coming out was between $9,000 and $20,000. So 9 was the lowest possible. Now I happen to be going to India anyway, so I thought I'd check it out there. And I also have a friend there who is a doctor. He's not a knee surgeon, but he's well connected, and he had me go to get MRI, which was, I think, like $100. I don't have a lot of medical things that I do here in the United States, but I think an MRI can be around $1,000. Paid $100 for the MRI, and then we were arranging the surgery to arthroscopy to clear out the debris in the knee from the torn meniscus. But while I was waiting for that to be set up, I was also attending a place. It's sort of like a yoga university, and they have a healing center there where they do research. And I was just checking that out, but I met people there, and they were like, "Oh, here's what you can do for that." And they gave me some exercises to really bring the circulation to my knee. And also, that was the same time I was doing an elemental yoga teacher training there. Learn for myself. I wasn't giving the training, I was a student. And so after that training, I was supposed to go do the surgery. Did not need it. I did not need the surgery. My knee was fine, still fine to this day. But I think anybody else would have needed to go. I mean, unless you've been through these things. So here's there's like multiple reasons why this is a great, besides just money, like just saving money, it's a great way to get a surgery. We haven't even said anything about the tourism part, but you can, sorry I'm breathing hard, I'm walking in the woods while I'm giving this talk. The thing that you can do is see many alternatives that are very difficult to come across in the United States. You have India is the land of Ayurveda and yoga and so many alternatives. The mainstream is kind of taken over in the mainstream, but there's still all this stuff, for lack of a better word. There's so many alternatives, good alternatives, time-tested. And I go, this year will be my 15th trip to India, and always learning something new, and with health, but also just the wonderful experience of seeing the amazing culture and diversity in India, cultural diversity, religious diversity. There's nothing like India. Anybody that goes there, and I've seen a lot of other places in the world, they will concur, nothing like India. So there's the tourism aspect, but you know, if you've never been there, you don't want to do, even if you're just going for tourism, you don't want to go for that alone. You don't. My first trip to India, I did that. It was, oh wow, the stories I could tell, but I made it through. But I wouldn't want anybody else to go through that, and you know, it's a chance that I wouldn't have made it through so well. It's not that it's not a violent country, but it's poor, and people try to figure out ways to get your money, and they have you jump through a lot of hoops that you didn't need to, and just take you places that you didn't want to go. I wouldn't worry about the violence or anything like that, but nevertheless, you don't want to go India alone. I've been going there for years, since 2003, and taking groups, and pretty good at navigating, but I also have my friends in India who help me to navigate, speak the language. I'm learning Hindi, but I always have people with me that's their language, and they can get us around much easier. So what if you could save thousands of dollars, and you're still saving thousands of dollars on a medical expense, even when you throw in the cost of a flight, which is usually between $1,000 and $1,500. And you get a quality treatment, maybe even an alternative treatment, and then have some kind of a yoga experience, or maybe just straight up tourism. And besides having to not having to, but doing the surgery at a hospital, you could stay there. But what if it's a lot cheaper if you stayed in a hospital, like if it was something serious and you needed to stay for a few days. But that might have to be the case if you go it alone. But I have a lot of connections in India, and I know places, I know people, very hospitable, loving, hospitable, amazing, actually yogis, and you wouldn't have to stay in the hospital. What if you could stay and a house family, or we have a place there called Rupantara, which you can read about on our website. And so you're not spending all that money in the hospital, and simply just not stuck in a hospital as well. These are some of the reasons, just to get your thoughts going on that. Oh, and types of things you could do. Maybe it's not just because you are in dire need of hopefully something like a kidney transplant or something like that, but maybe dental implants, or other kind of work on your teeth. Whenever I go to India, that's when I get my teeth cleaned, and if anything else needs to be done, you can I got a cavity filled, a cleaning and a cavity filled for like $15, and a really nice place. And we're talking about most likely anything going on in Bangalore, which is it's like the Silicon Valley of India. They have the high tech. When I went into that doctor's office for my knee, it was like, this is really upscale. It was really impressive, and the computer program that walked me through how they would work on my knee, just really clear, showed me exactly what was going to happen. I was very impressed. In fact, I'm sure I would not see the same on my budget in the United States. I would have seen the same quality.